Hi, we are live. Okay. Hi, good day, everyone. If this is your first time seeing me live or watch the replay, I'm Iris, a full-time working professional to three children living in Singapore, and also a proud digital business owner. I'm running this online business as my side hustle to bring me extra source of income stream so that it can allows me to have more options in my life to have more time freedom with my families and ultimate goal to achieve the financial freedom so that I can have my early retirement. So in this business, I'm helping everyday people like working parents or working adults or even stay-at-home mother to earn online so that they can have more time for their children and family. Helping people by making positive impact in their life is so fulfilling and so meaningful. So right now, I wanted to welcome and thank you for joining me live in my page today. I'm so happy and honored that I'm able to invite Amanda all the way from Taiwan to join me in tonight talk about 3C, which is we must make a choice to take a chance for our life to change. So I will intro a bit about Amanda background. Amanda, she is a full-time product developer who is originally from Philippines, and she's now residing in Taiwan with her loving husband and caring parents. Amanda's husband's job demand frequent travel and probably in his next work assignment require him to relocate to another country. So in this situation, spark a desire within her to find a way that can allow her to work and travel simultaneously without sacrificing her ability to provide for her family and her parents. So this is when Amanda chanced upon this online business opportunity in March 2022, which was last year. She made a choice to take a chance for the life to change so that she can fulfill her dreams that can offer her the flexibility that she longed for, enabling her to enjoy the worry-free vacation with her loved one and earning at the same time. So without further ado, let me welcome Amanda on the screen. Hi,
Hello.
Amanda!
Thank you for
Hi,
that
Amanda.
lovely introduction. I'm so honored. I love the preparation
Yeah,
that you did.
yeah. This is a little bit that I understand from your background. Am I missing anything, or you would like to add on a bit on your background to the viewer that are watching us live or replay? Yeah.
Yes, I think you have covered most of it. So a little bit more background is that I'm a Filipino Chinese, so I speak Mandarin
Mm.
as well. But I grew up in the Philippines most of my until my college years, and so I know Tagalog, I know English. That's why I could have this interview with you in English. I'm lucky,
And even
and
Mandarin, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And so I would say that I think I have been an immigrant for my entire life. As you know, I'm Chinese. My ancestors came from China. They moved to the Philippines to seek for a better opportunity. So they made a choice to move from China to Philippines. They took a chance to change their lives for the better. And the same thing
Yes.
happened with my mom when back in the 80s when Taiwanese government opened up its border to fellow Chinese citizens who wanted to apply for a Taiwan passport. My mom
Mm-hmm.
took or grabbed that opportunity. She took a chance. She made a choice to apply for a Taiwanese passport, and that's how it all got started. So, because she has Taiwanese passport, all of her children are eligible to get Taiwanese passport. So my brothers, my sister, after college, after university, they made a decision to move to Taiwan because back in the 80s and 90s, Taiwan is one of the four tiger countries in Southeast
Mm.
Asia. So we
Yeah.
all took the chance, the opportunity to migrate over to Taiwan and start a new life here. And I'm so happy that we all did because life in the Philippines and here in Taiwan is completely different. And the
Mm-hmm.
amount of information and the amount of knowledge that I've gained here in Taiwan is far way better than um, in the Philippines. And so I thought that the change or the decision that we made back in those days were actually right. Now I can enjoy a better life.
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, thank
Yes.
you so much, Amanda, for your intro. Yeah, come to our first question. I think just now in your a little bit introduction, you covered most of the three C, right? In
Yes.
our today's topic, we talk about the choice, the chance, and the change. So, yeah, I think your parents already took that choice. So,
Yes.
wanted to ask about you, your generation. What is your perspective of this three C? That was actually the perspective given to your mom that time, right? She really grabbed the
Yes.
choice and migrate to Taiwan. So to you, what is your perspective to you on this 3C?
So I thought this is a profound question. It took me some time to actually reflect and understand this question. It's so deep, and I love it. I love this topic. So choice is when something new arises and presented in front of me. Um, Probably at that time or at the moment of seeing that option, it might not be an option for me at that time, but when I see there are no other alternatives, then that option becomes a choice for me to look at,
Yes.
right? But then before making that choice, there's got to be a inkling or desire within me to change. Something's got
Mm-hmm.
to change because if you're not looking for change, you wouldn't look at choices, right?
Yes,
Right?
I do
So
agree with you.
yes, I was watching this or listening to the interview between Tom Bilyeu and Tony Robbins. If you know Anthony Robbins,
Yes,
he's
yes,
one of the motivational speaker, and I love his teachings. So, what would compel people to change in for their future is one is they have a compelling future. They have this grand vision, this beautiful dream that they or lifestyle that they wanted to live. Or two, they are experiencing pain that forces them to change, right?
yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's either in this two, we are always looking at these two forces. So it's either you're forced to change or you're looking for a better way of living life. That's how you
Yes,
change. That's if and then if once you have that desire, then you start to look at your brain would start to look for all the choices and all the ways where you could gear towards a different direction. So for me,
yeah,
that's my perspective of change and choice. And then taking upon that chance, really it really needs a little bit of courage, a little bit of craziness, probably you would say, because you know, digital business, who knows anything about digital business? I don't know anything about this digital business, neither do
yes. I think a lot of times, right, when we really take our follow our gut feeling, when we really come to having these options, right? What I can say right now is, for example, if you are very uncomfortable with your current situation, you are going to look for change, right?
yes,
But some people, they still feel that they don't need to change even though they feel uncomfortable in the current situation. But some people,
yes,
they really have that kind of courage. They say, no, I don't feel this is the future that I'm going to hold. I don't want that. And I want to have a better future for my children and for my family. That's what your mother make that decision, right? Back then in 80s.
yes,
Yeah, otherwise, Amanda, you're not saying that you're so grateful that you are now in Taiwan compared to in
yes,
Philippines. So what we wanted to do here is we also wanted to make that change to actually given to give our our next generation, our family a better life, and of course, uh, we will not regret by the time if let's say when we because to me the choices when you are younger you can have a lot of choices. Do you agree with me? But when
yes,
you grow older, you don't think you have that much of option anymore, right? So I
yes,
think both of us we can really resonate each other because we are almost about the same age. We can
yes,
tell what we have right now and we know what
yes,
option that we can do. If let's say another 10 years down the road we don't take this chance to change, I think it's even harder. I don't think we don't have that
yes,
kind of courage, right? As you say, it
yes,
really take a lot of courage, right?
yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
That's why we're saying it's taking a chance because if you're it's we don't know what's gonna happen down the road, right? We're
Yes.
not sure of the things that we would encounter tomorrow or the day after or a year after once we start doing this business. So that's why you're taking a chance. So that's why it takes a little bit of courage. But the beauty in it is that you, at the same time that you're taking a chance, you're also carrying with you the hope and the opportunity to walk towards your dream. And that's the
Yes.
beauty about it. If we know all of the things that's going to happen down the road, then we miss out the surprises that life will bring us. And this digital business has brought us so many surprises. Like, for instance, I get to have this interview or this chit chat opportunity with Iris talking about this really important topic for everyone, right? This is a
Yes.
surprise.
Yeah, I feel so happy to connect with you from here. Otherwise, I won't know you. I only know through you from this community.
Yes.
All right. So come to our next question, Amanda. So of course, just now we are talking about courage, right? It really take that kind of
Mm.
big decision because it's not easy, and I do understand to really take some to do something unfamiliar, right? People will tend to procrastinate, as what I mentioned, because it's unfamiliar and you feel uncomfortable. People will keep on delay and delay in making the decision for a change. So what do you think, why do you think that people delay in making such a decision? Can
Well,
you
I'm
tell more?
going to talk from my own personal experience because
Yes.
I find myself to be a huge procrastinator as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I you would probably see me, having my own digital business, having a good career, but then a lot of times it's under behind the closed doors. I do a lot of procrastination as well because I think because for me personally is one is the fear of the unknown because I don't know what will happen. Two is because I guess what you have mentioned, what Iris has mentioned earlier on is despite that, I know what I needed to do, but I'm not doing it. Despite that, I'm feeling uncomfortable because right now all of my condition is just okay. I'm surviving. There's no like there's that kind of a laziness feel within me. It's like, oh, I could postpone it to tomorrow because everything's looking okay right now. I'm just going through life.
You
So
know what people say this is like you are too comfortable in your uncomfortable situation. That
yes,
actually is, yeah,
correct.
too comfortable. Yeah.
Yes, yes, because this is so familiar. I mean, it is, although this is uncomfortable, but this is familiar to me. This is what I'm used to. And so that's why people delay their change, making that change. And then the other thing is, I guess what we all know is that behind the bottom line there is because we fear of the unknown. Like we are too comfortable in the uncomfortable. So if we become if we do the other choice, then I'm gonna face uncomfortable feeling as well. And so that's not familiar, so I'm gonna stay here because this is for me comfort zone. This is what I'm familiar with. So I think the bottom line there is just a fear of unknown, probably fear of success. What if I become successful? Would I be, some people would say, probably people would, I can't bear the pressure or the things that would come to you once you become successful,
Mm-hmm.
or the fear of being rejected. you know
Mm-hmm.
some
Mm-hmm.
people, doing a business requires patience and requires you going over or pushing through your boundaries and comfort zone as well, right?
Yes.
So there's that fear of what if people don't like me, what, as a business owner, right? So there's that
I
fear.
mean, yeah, a lot of people they just worried about what other people would think of themselves. They worry
Correct.
about that any critics. But the thing is, we are not doing something harmful or something. What we are actually helping people to create a
Yes.
positive impact in their life. So,
Yeah.
what we are doing here is like yeah, helping people every day just like us, because as you mentioned earlier, we are like surviving every day.
Yes.
You imagine, because I'm in Singapore, you are in Taiwan, I believe we I'm not so sure how about Taiwan. What is the age of retirement? Is it
60,
65?
65. Yes.
Yes, I think same to here in Singapore as well. So I cannot imagine myself have to keep on working for another 25 years down the road. You know,
Yes.
you know what? Because most of the time when we work, we are actually to survive, to paying the bills, the monthly bills, and of course, the biggest expenses will be the mortgage, right?
Yes.
So I can't really tell myself that I need to keep on working in order to pay the monthly bill, the expenses, my children education fees, and this and that. It's like I have no other way beside from Monday to Friday 9 to 5, I have to go to work. So I'm thinking that if I really need to have something to have that kind of freedom, I need to do something different. I need to
Yes.
do something different and must be quick. If I
Yes.
delay, if I delay, I think Amanda is pretty fast. The time flies. Like right now, I
Yes.
couldn't imagine my eldest is already 13 years old. Can you imagine
Wow.
that? I can't really
Oh,
tell that, I already become a parent or mother for 13 years. I just feel like, it's just like, it's too fast, right? So if
yes.
I'm thinking, if I delay again another 10 years down the road, I will be hitting 50 and 60.
Yes.
So what's the point of life, right? If you don't have that kind of freedom, that's why I'm
Yes.
thinking that we have to make it fast and quick. And because the longer you delay, the harder you wanted to have change. So
Yes.
we have a few
Feel
viewers
the
here.
fear.
Yeah,
Feel the fear.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have Priscilla here from Singapore. Hi, Priscilla. And we have Marivic. Yeah, hello. Both happy to see you. She's a Filipino living in South Korea. Hi, and she's my mentee. Yeah. And Priscilla said, yeah, well said, Amanda. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, sorry, Amanda, just now what you want to say?
Yes, so I totally agree with what you say. Do not delay, do not procrastinate, because time is gonna pass anyway. So when you make the decisions, feel that fear. Let it come to you, and just do bold actions. I thought that's one of the famous quote, or one of the quote that I love the most is, um, fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather doing the things that you wanted to do or need to do while feeling fear.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to add on as well. When your why is bigger than your fear, nothing is going to stop you.
Yes. Yes.
All
Absolutely.
right. So come to my third question. So any advice for our viewer who wish to seek a change in their current life?
Well, I think that's good. That's good that you wish to seek a change in your life. So that means you're aware of it. So I think the first step on doing anything, or walking towards change, is the awareness. So once you are aware of what you want in life, then your attention, your focus will give you, or you will attract the options or the way to get you out of your current situation. So as we all uh, talk about law of attraction here in this digital business. So what you place your focus on, what you place your attention to,
It
you
will
will.
attract it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And so if you are aware of that you wanted to seek change in your life, and you happen to watch this video, then you have attracted this opportunity to your life. You have um, you have the opportunity right now to decide if this is a choice, if this is an option for you towards your as Iris mentioned, is towards to your biggest
Your
why.
dream
So
life. Yeah.
your dream
Mm-hmm.
life, your biggest why, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so I think you are watching this, or people who are watching up until now, we already 19 minutes into our live, and if you're still watching up until this point, then somehow you are already aware of what you needed to do. You know what's needed, what's your next step. It's just a matter of, as Iris mentioned, it's taking action. Do not postpone and delay making that decision and taking that action.
Yeah, we both took action pretty fast, right, Amanda?
Oh
I
yes,
can consider myself very fast. Okay,
yes,
so come to my last question, Amanda. Any message to those who are still undecided about starting their own online business? Yeah.
yes. So the reason why we acted fast is because we're not overthinking it so much. I think one of the reasons why people delay or procrastinate as well is sometimes we overanalyze things, or we think, okay, there must be a catch here, or there must be a hook, or there must be some trap or whatever. But the thing is, you'll never know if it's for you until you actually make took the step to do your own diligence, right? So you don't have to overthink it. It's There's that free webinar that people can watch and decide whether or not this business is an option for them. And take those small steps, and those small steps, to be honest, in this digital business is so small compared to traditional owning a traditional business. Because I've never tried my own traditional business. I have had that thought, but I never took action because I analyzed so much. And I know
Right.
there's a lot of pressure involved in owning a traditional business as well, because I see my boss, on all of my bosses, they are working 24/7. They're putting in 100 or 120 hours a week, and then they have to worry about inventory. They have to worry about finances. They have to worry about staff. They have to worry about
All the
distribution.
overheads. Yes.
Yes, yes. But then this digital
And it,
business,
it, it and also
yes,
it involves a very huge capital as well. I don't think ordinary
yes,
people, I mean like us, are willing to take that kind of huge risk, right? Yeah.
yes, yes. But then in this digital business is, all the small steps that we took, you know, watching that free live webinar, and then kind of having that awareness. Okay, this could be a possibility, and then taking that 149 US dollars to watch the strategy video. I mean, 149. That's if you're working for full time, you can easily afford this 149. Of course, if you have kids, it's kind of hard a little bit to budget. But the thing is, you're not gonna starve to death if you're gonna pay out 149, right? And then take those little steps, and then really feel and trust your inner instinct, because we all have that inner instinct, gut feeling, or intuition, if you call it. So you just have to follow it. Sometimes it's scary. I know it's scary, but the thing is, we know I have watched a lot of inspirational, motivational movies or quotes, and one of the biggest, scariest thing that people have by the end of their life is having regrets. You know,
Yes.
when you have those moments where, what if 5 years ago I took that left turn? Would I
Mm-hmm.
be in a different position right now? What if
Yes.
6 years ago, 10 years ago, I said yes to that man who
Propose.
crushed me? Yes, yes. So would I be here in Taiwan, or would I be in Europe or in the US? Who knows, right? So, but then there's that regret. And then you don't want to have those regret moments when you're on your 60s or 70s and you're saying, oh, what if I took on that opportunity? Would I live a better life, or would I be able to provide from a better future for my children? Don't
Yes.
leave questions to yourself. At least the best thing that you can do is give yourself an answer, right? So
Yes.
make that firm. Okay, I've explored this. This is not for me, and I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, and the best part is what? This 149 is fully refundable. It's totally risk-free for 30 days. You have nothing to lose. At least you give yourself a chance to check it out in more details. Because why we come to this? Because it's like it free up our time. We don't need to keep on explaining the same thing over and over again, right? Because we leverage on whatever the information already available. That's why we are
Yes,
working smarter. If let's
yes,
say every single one we have to keep on telling them the same thing, Amanda, can you imagine how much time are going to take
yeah,
off? We are working. already
Yes.
working 8 hours in a day, and how much time left for me to keep on explaining the same thing over and over? That's why we have all
Yes.
this replay, we have all this recorded video that any people you can watch it anytime at your own convenience. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Amanda. So both of us, right? We really believe that everyone deserves to live the life that always dream of, and that's why we are here to help you to make that a reality. Feel free to connect with me or Amanda, right? So we are really encourage you to join us on the inside so that can make a positive impact in the world together. So Amanda, let me end our talk for today by sharing a quote. So I would like to say that in order to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. Just do it. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. So we can't wait to see you all inside. So Amanda, anything to add on before we end?
I love the ending, and thank you for sharing that wisdom. And as Ari said, we'll see you in the inside. Thank you so much for having me,
Thank
and we
you.
hope that you took some inspiration and you took something of value from this interview.
Yeah, feel free to connect with both of us. We are available. We are here. So thank you so much for your time watching it. Bye bye. Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Good night.